Space Force 9 and the Lord of the JohnnyBuddhas, 5 HRS 47-minute film. Double feature-length experimental science fiction comedy movie in black and white. Written, directed, produced in 2022 by J H H Weilacher. Languages: English and Dutch. Main actor: J H H Weilacher. A contemporary experimental sci-fi comedy solo production of J H H Weilacher. After a crash landing during a routine flight through the wormhole, the main character is stranded on the other side of the glaciers, where he finds himself in a place which might be the inside of Odo, the shapeshifter of DS9. The main character, played by J H H Weilacher himself, is trying to piece together the happenings inside the room where he is confined, finding himself, and solving the mystery that placed him there, while bombs and machine guns are firing in the background. Description: more information and rating pending. I made a lot of music, as well as videos and films, all of which are available online. At least 99% of my work is on the internet. Who is John Weilacher? During Pentecost and Ascension Day 2022, I began speaking in tongues. A stream of words flowed out of me that I could not stop, while I heard voices around me that wanted my attention, spoke to me, and even gave instructions. The voices often introduced themselves as director voices, voices that want to direct the life of those who hear them. I decided to film myself during this spiritual state, to allow the director voices to use me as a medium for making an experimental film. Space Force 9. The result is a 5-hour and 45-minute film, plus a preface. During the making of the film, I was overwhelmed by visions and a legion of voices, which are not audible or visible in the film material and the recordings themselves. Yet, these invisible influences played a significant role in making the film. The film is called Space Force 9 and the Lord of the JohnnyBuddhas. It is an experimental science fiction comedy in black and white. Available on YouTube with a preface included. YouTube player. After I had filmed all the scenes, I was admitted to a care facility. During the making of the film, I had caused noise disturbance to the neighbors, who reported me. Experience the scenes in the film as a reality in which I found myself. I saw very epic things in my mind in colorful visions. Unfortunately, I lost control of myself and was admitted. I am familiar with psychoses from the past and have been in institutions and isolation cells more often. Brought PC. During my admission, I took my PC with me and continued working on editing the film in the facility. And so it happened that I recently uploaded the final version of the film from supported living. Now that I am writing this, I can report that I no longer hear voices and do not experience delusions. And I thought it was time to share my work. The making of all these works began in 2008 and continues to this day. Below I will share more of my works. There are multiple components to the overall picture of my art: music, films, and poems. I made more than 50 music albums, which can be listened to. I also have a SoundCloud page. These music albums come with music videos. Furthermore, I wrote 2 poetry collections and some short stories, available on my website. I also made a series of psychedelic retro-style films that accompany the music and poems, perfect for binge watching. As a final link, I want to provide a playlist to my psychedelic lectures, in which I give poetic spoken word lectures on mystical subjects, which I call beat sermons. I might delve into the stories behind other individual works in later blog posts, and I can also go more into my past and life with psychiatry. However, I hope that the work speaks for itself without further explanation. It is an epic series where one can enjoy hours of viewing and listening pleasure.